Hello everyone, let's start the second video from the step 6. Step 6, changes of tables and record. In this step, we can run the alter service here, altering. First one, altering the structure of MySQL table. If we want to change the data of the table, we can use the command alter here. First, adding column, alter table name, add. Here we have to use add. In my case, I will add the call date, column name, call date, and data type, timestamp. If we want to delete this kind of column, we can use the drop. Alter table name, drop, column name, call date. C, changing column. So in my case, now I'm using the city as a column name, but I want to change it to town. In this case, you can use the change. D, changing data type. Now the zip code, the column name zip code using bar character as a data type, but I want to change it to integer. In this case, I can use this command, alter table name, change, zip code same, column name, and only data type like this. Number 2, updating and deleting MySQL record. Updating record, we can use the update this command, update name, for example, set city here, New York, where first name Charles. So in this case, maybe the Charles, the city will be changed to New York like this. B, deleting record. If we want to delete some of the record, we can use this kind of command. Delete from the table name where first name is a column name and this is a data. So in this case, we will delete one record. Number 3, deleting table. If we want to delete the table, then we can use this command, drop table name like this. Okay, then let's try to start here. Okay, first let's try to access MySQL server, show database. So now I have this kind of databases. So here we will use the data show tables. So in my case now I have one table name. So here let's try to use alter command alter table name, call date, data type, timestamp. So again, alter table name, add call date, time stamp. Okay, sorry. Then show SCR name. So here you can find the new column and select from name. So also here we can find the new column name here, this one. Okay, now let's try to use the drop, alter table name, drop column, make case call date. So let's select from name. So we cannot find the call date or name. So here we cannot find the call date. Okay, now let's try to change the column name, alter table name, change. Now the city, but I want to change the town by character. So select from name. So here the column name change to town like this. Alter table name, zip code, zip code. Now zip code, the data type is bar character, but I want to change integer. Okay, let's check. Name. So now data type change to integer from bar character. Okay, now let's try to use the update statement. So first, let's check the all data from table name. So I have this kind of the data. So here, let's try to use update. Name set city. Now try to which one? Okay, then it's Sue. No, here this one is okay. London. Okay, where this one first name will be this one Sue. I'm sorry, I changed the column name. Okay, again, update. Name, set town. So the new city name, London. And where first name will be Sue. And after that, select from name. So now the town name change from the Phnom Penh to London like this. And now let's try to delete the one record. Delete from name where okay first name is high. So now select from name. So I don't have the record number 5. I delete it. Or if we want to delete the table, okay, let's try to here create table test. Okay, T1 integer, T2 bar character, and after that, okay, show tables. Now I made a test table here, drop table test. So let's just select tables. So I delete the table, this one, using this command. Okay, let's go back to step 6, user management. Number 1, creating user. If we want to use the user to access database, we can use this kind of command. Create user, username, and the host name, and after that, identify here password like this. And after that, number 2, granting access. First one, grant all privileges on data that start to TLAN localhost. In this case, maybe I will give all privileges to TLAN to access data. Data means this the database name, and the star means the table. So TLAN will have for all the privilege to access the tables on database data. Or, and after that, select the host user password from MySQL.user where user TLAN. In this case, we can check the exact information about the user TLAN. B, limited privileges. Grant, delete, insert, select, update on data that start to TLAN localhost. In this case, only I will give the privilege like this. Delete, insert, select, update. And after that, plus privileges for update information. And after that, we can see exact information, show grants for TLAN localhost. Number 3, changing user password. After we created this kind of the user, for example, like a TLAN, sometimes we need to change the password. In this case, we can use this command, set password for username, host name, password. Here we can put new password, or grant usage on data that start to TLAN, the localhost. Here, identify by new password like this. In this case, we can change the password of this user. And after that, number 4, how to access database. After we created the user and the password, then new user can access the database here like this. MySQL minus username and password. Here, data means the name of database. Number 5, revoking access. Even if we grant all the privileges to the user about exact or specific database or tables, sometimes we can cancel this kind of privileges. In this case, we can use this command, revoke, and here we can write down exact privileges. For example, update, delete on data, the database name, stem in the table. So all table on database data, we can cancel, update, delete from this user. And the B, revoking full privileges. So if we want to revoke all privileges, then revoke all privileges on data from username like this. And after that, we can check the exact result about revoking this kind of privileges. Show grants for TLAN localhost like this. Number 6, rename user. If we want to change the username, we can use this command. Rename user first, original one, TLAN, but we want to change to new username chart like this. And after that, we can check. Select the user from MySQL. MySQL is a database name, and the user is a table name, where user is a record name. So this is a column. So the chart, the record will show what kind of information have or not. Number 7, deleting user. If we want to delete user, we can use this command, drop user and username like this. Okay, let's test this information. At first, create user. In my case, I will use the TLAN localhost, and after that, identify password TLAN 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and after that, let's check the select user from MySQL user. So here we can find TLAN new user like this. And now let's try to give the privileges. At first, try to grant, delete, select, update on data, the table to TLAN localhost. Okay, again, grant, delete, select, and after that, update on data that start to TLAN localhost. Okay, then after that, let's check the exact information. Okay, show grant for TLAN localhost. So here we can find this kind of select, update, delete. And after that, let's check this one too. Grant or PRIVIL is privileges on data that start to TLAN localhost. So now let's check show grant for TLAN localhost. So here we can see all privileges data like this. Okay, and after that, so flush PRIVILEGES update this one. Now, then number 3, set the changing user password. I use the password TLAN1234, but I want to change the password. Set password for TLAN localhost password. For example, in my case, I will change now TLAN12345. Okay, or grant usage on data star 2 localhost TIFA identify new password, in my case TLAN1234. Okay, now I change the new password using set password for or grant usage like this. So now let's try to access using this new password. MySQL, let's use TLAN, let's be password, and database name data. In my case, TLAN1234. Okay, now I access to database show tables. Okay, here only name. I'm successful using new user. Okay, number 5. Even if the TLAN user has all privilege about the database data, so in this case, sometimes we can revoke some the privileges. At first, let's check the ejected privileges. Show grant for TLAN localhost. So now the TLAN user has all privileges on the database data and all the tables. So let's revoke what kind of delete and update on data that start from TLAN localhost. Okay, then let's try to use. Now here, only select, insert, create, drop, these kind of things. We cannot find, eject, the previous delete, update here. Or revoke or PRIVILEGES all privileges on data that start from TLAN localhost. And of that, so now we cannot find exact privileges database data and all tables. Okay, and after that, rename. Let's try to use rename. In my case now using TLAN localhost, but we want to change char localhost. Okay, then let's select the user and host name, password from MySQL. user. Oh, I'm sorry. Select user host name password from MySQL.user. Okay, then select user password from MySQL user. So here I can find char, not tlen. Okay, and after that, which one? If I want to use this new user char, in this case, drop user, in my case now, char localhost. So I cannot find user char. Okay, now let's go to the step 8, the backup MySQL database. For the backup, there are two ways to support by MySQL here, binary backup and text backup. Binary backup, a copy of the files which database contents are stored. Example, for the binary backup, we can use the directory var library MySQL. Just we can copy this kind of file from the database directory. And the text backup, this one, a dump of database contents into text file. So if we use the text backup, this command will select or will make the SQL file using all contents in the database. So for the binary and the text backup, we can use two commands. The first one, binary backup using MySQL hard copy. So here there is a command, MySQL hard copy, username, password here, password, and that database name, in our case, the data, and now USR local SLC will be the destination directory to save this, the binary backup file. And after that, we can check using this command, ls-usr local SLC and data like this. For the text backup, first one, backup from the command line using MySQL dump. First one, backup only one database. In our case, we have data like this. So MySQL dump, username, password, and that database name, and after that, we can use this command data.sql. Then this command will save this data using SQL statement. Backup certain tables. If we want need the backup some tables inside the database, we can use like this. Data here, name is the table name, address also table name, and of that we can use like this, the file or SQL file name. Number C, backup more than that on database at once. So here we can use option like this, databases. So here we can use the data or data 2. In this case, we can backup two databases at the same time. D, backup all the database in the server at one time. In this case, we can use this command, all databases. Then the MySQL dump will backup all the database in the server, especially var library MySQL directory. Number 2, backup MySQL data using the compress, using gzip like this. MySQL dump minus u root minus p data is the database name, and of that gzip minus gu, and of that database SQL gzip. Then this command will make a backup file with extension gzip. Number C, the remote server backup. If we want to backup using remote, in this case, we can use this kind of option -h. So here 192.168.82 will be MySQL database server in the remote. Then we can the backup this database to our local system. Number 4, restoring MySQL database. After we back up, sometimes we need to restore this kind of database. In this case, we can use it like this: MySQL -u root -p and database name and database, especially SQL statement. Then we can restore the databases which has some problem like this. Okay, then let's test this one too. First one, the backup. Okay, here let's check. At first, let's go var lib MySQL here. Okay, this is a data directory of the MySQL. So here, let's try to use the command MySQL hard copy -p, in my case root 1 2 3 4, and after that data usr local sic. So now let's try to usr local sic. So here we can find this directory. Okay, here data, so we can find this kind of tables or datas. Okay, now let's try to use the text backup MySQL dump -u root -p. Okay, for example, data.sql. First one, in my case, root 1 2 3 4. So let's check. Okay, here we can find data SQL. Let's try to read data SQL. So we can find this kind of SQL statement. Okay, and after that, only the tables, okay, table, MySQL dump, u root -p. In my case, now data only name. Like this. In this case, let's try to table backup like this. Root 1 2 3 4. Okay, now table. So only here you can find only one table name is a name like this. Okay, let's try to use one. If we want to use MySQL dump, for example, -u root -p databases. For example, if I have the two databases, data2. In this case, two data.sql like this. But now I have only. Okay, I'm sorry, this one, MySQL dump like this, root 1 2 3 4. So in my case, now I don't have the data2. So here, let's try to make one more database. Okay, MySQL root p 1 2 3 4. Create database data2. Show. So now I have data and data2. So here let's try to MySQL dump databases data2 two data. So the password root 1 2 3 4. So let's check here two data like this. cat2. So here database data2 also. Okay, now let's try to use all database MySQL. Okay, dump root -p all databases all backup. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, now we found this by all backup SQL. Let's try to read this one. So there are so many the datas here. Okay. Okay, now let's try to use MySQL dump p data 5 gzip -9. Okay, gzip.sql.gz. So root 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we can find this the file. Okay, and after that, let's try to use the restoring MySQL database. So here, let's try to use okay, for the testing data show tables. So now I have only one table. So here I will create table one more, create table test like this. Okay, T1 integer, T2 bar character, and after that, okay, I made the show tables, new table. So here you can find the test. So for the testing, this one, let's MySQL dump -p data. Okay, here let's try two table, name and test. Table.sql. So root 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I the backup two table name test. So in this case here I will delete table test. So show tables. Only I have only one name. So here let's try to MySQL root -p data and table.sql. So root 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's check here, show tables. So I can find new table test. So this is how to recover the lost password, lost the tables. Okay, now let's go back. Step 9, checking and fixing database. Okay, step 9, the checking and fixing databases. Before we start checking and fixing database using some command, we have to know the table file in the database file here. If we go to this directory, for example, var library MySQL the data, we can find this kind of file with extension like this, frm, miy, and mid. FRM file normally contains the definition or the tables, and MYI contains the table index, and MID contains the table's data. So for the checking or fixing database, we will use this file MYI. So for the checking or repair corrupted database, at first, stop MySQL demo like this, service MySQL d stop. And after that, number 3, checking all database table at once. So for example, in this case, we can use this command, myism check var library MySQL data. So in our case, we will use this table name.myy. And if we want to check all the database table, in this case, MySQL here, start means all the database name, and here all the table name. So like this. And after we checking and find some corrupted database, we can use this command myis check -recovers var library MySQL data name dot .my, or we can use minus "or". So minus "or" is slower and older than minus "r". According to your situation, you can select minus "r" or minus "or" like this. Okay, let's check this one. Number 9, step 9, the checking and the fixing database. At first, let's check. So here we can find FRM and MYD and MYI like this. Test also FRM, MID, and MIY like this. Okay, for the checking and the restore, let's just start MySQL daemon. So here let's exit. Okay, service MySQL start. Okay, at first checked here now. Which one? Okay, data name dot .myi. So here we can check. So we can find the file size or record, delete the index file data or record like this. Or we can select all the file. Okay, here. Okay, what dot .myi like this. So in this case, we can check the old MYI file. For example, like Sakila also like this. Okay, and after that, if we find the corrupted database, checked minus R, and after that, for example, data name.myi. So fixing index 1 or can I address? So let's check the data. Okay, test. Okay, I'm sorry, test. So test MYI. So now no record like this. So or let's try to use minus O like this. Or okay, sorry, this one. Or like this. And the name also, name MYI. So now no corrupted data. Okay, let's finish here. Okay, let's finish step 9 here, and step 10 will be the GUI tools for MySQL. And here I will explain PHP admin and MySQL bench. Okay, see you next video.